Brace yourself, sports and music fans, because every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Arizona time is go time. Introducing one of the hottest, most entertaining, and downright addictive podcasts you'll ever need. PD&J was good today. Hosted by none other than J-Dub the King and Pocket. These two dynamic personalities will keep you on the edge of your seat with their unique blend of humor, storytelling, and knowledge of sports and entertainment. And you know what makes it even better? They're live on YouTube and Facebook, so you can join the conversation and be a part of the action. We're always on the lookout for awesome guests to join us on the show. So if you think you've got what it takes to hang out with J-Dub the King and Pocket, then slide into our inbox at J-Dub the King. That's JDUBBTHAKING. And let's make some magic together. So what are you waiting for? You don't want to miss a single episode. See you on Wednesday.
Are you a business owner or someone looking for more ways and avenues to advertise and promote? Look no further. Contact us today for an advertisement. Email PD&J Media Productions LLC at gmail.com for more info. Promotions are everything. What are you waiting for?
What is good, folks? What is good? Good day. Cheerio. Happy Wednesday. Welcome to a brand new episode of PD&J What's Good Today. I'm your host, Jay.
We're live on set.
On set.
On set. That's right, folks. We're here. We're live. It's Wednesday.
On set.
On Wednesday.
On set.
On Wednesday. After Tuesday, before Thursday, it's Wednesday. How y'all doing, folks? We live. We here. It's Pocket. It's Jay in Pocket. Let's get ready to rock it. I can't say Rumble because I might get sued. So rock it.
I don't think he's suing people for that number.
Oh, he is. Oh, he is.
Now, as you guys see in the title, Unpopular Opinions.
Don't mind me, y'all.
I never do. So, Sopas? Is that what you said? Because I could go for one right now. Soap. Bus. All right, as we get into it, as we proceed, I'm not going to finish that.
You looking awfully stylish here in this Cardinals jersey.
Thank you, appreciate it, bro.
It's like you trying to appreciate the militarious, felonious, or not felonious. Yeah, that would be.
You might want to stop by your head.
Militarious,
Just stop.
Groupus, Magnificus, Superius, no Kingsus.
What is wrong with you?
Ain't a goddamn thing wrong with me, man. You know what day it is?
And it's funny, I'm the calm one in the group. That's
why you're not as calm as me. I'm calm, cool, collected, never neglected.
sure.
But I could be reflected. But I'm not dissected. Man, we go on with the topic. Tell them what the show about. But what you waiting on? Tell you, man, get a new jersey on him. Look what happened. He acting brand new. What the hell?
Okay, I see what kind of show it's going to be today. This is what we're going to do today. Is that what you're telling me?
I don't think you want my opinion.
Well, it is about unpopular opinions. So I
believe mine is a part of the populace.
Well, I got a couple of unpopular opinions, and some people's not gonna like it. Now we could talk about the government shutdown, and which we are in a little bit because I have some unpopular.
You mean the government shut up because it's gonna shut down?
I got some unpopular opinions about that, but kind of to segue going into that.
Have you ever rode a Segway?
Didn't like them.
Those things dangerous.
I didn't like them. I couldn't control them. It was like, oh,
just lean a little bit.
I'm trying to take a turn, and it's like, oh no. Yeah. Anywho, back on subject.
We totally got off track. That was your fault.
Here's a little bit of an unpopular opinion. I was thinking about something, and when I think about something, I kind of go down my own little rabbit hole.
Oh shit.
So,
okay, Peter Rabbit.
I'm gonna go on record and say this. Pocket, shut up, man.
Now twice in 5 minutes you did that.
Shut up. Like, okay, for real. A lot of people's not gonna like this, but look, I don't care. Outside of our servicemen, if you serve this country, if you just go. I'm going totally off track. Just keep going. Get it out already. Just get it out.
Serve this country and what we looked up earlier.
Oh shit! God damn it! Oh my god! Including the seamen. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Look. If you're a vet of this country, if you serve this country, if you fought for this country, this opinion does not apply to you. Okay. I just want to make that clear. This opinion does not apply to you. However, as private citizens of this corporation that they call the United States of America, I strongly feel that if you move outside of this country and you decide to become a citizen of another country, you should not financially gain from this country. Meaning, I don't care if you got a pension, you get Social Security, whatever case may be. And this comes with very solid pushback because a couple of people I told this opinion to, first thing that came out their mouth was, well, that's our money we paid into the system, so we should be entitled to that money. Well, in theory, you pay for everything in this United States based off your taxes and your income. And the amount of money that you received is only a percentage of what you actually paid into it. Now, if you decide to give up your citizenship of America and you decide to become a citizen of another country, you should not be able to reap the benefits financially from this country.
Okay, can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
So let's
outside the veterans. Remember,
I know. I'm not talking about. I'm staying with what you said, right?
Okay.
Let's go back a little bit. You said you only get a percentage back, which is right. You get a percentage back over time until there's nothing left.
Correct.
So, would you say that since they want to renounce their citizenship, that instead of getting it over time, just give them their lump sum?
Now, here's my opinion when it comes to that. I look at it in the parallel of the lottery. Let's say you hit the Powerball for $350 million.
It's 187 right now, but who's counting?
And they, after taxes, you have an option of a lump sum or annuity payments over time, right? Here's the thing when it comes down to the lottery. I don't know if people realize this or not. When you get payments, you get those payments until you exhaust your winnings. Or, and here's the thing about it,
You die,
you pass away.
and you can't pass it on.
You can't pass it on. You can't put it in the will. You can't do. You could put it in a trust, but you can't will it to any, like. So I look at it in the same aspect of that nature. What you should do, especially with retirees, if they are confident that they can manage their money, give them a lump sum payout. Give them the option of a lump sum payout. And or if you are deciding that you want to renounce your citizenship here and move somewhere else, let the motherfuckers do all the numbers and give you an offer. All right, we'll cash you out this. But for you to sit back and live in another country that's not a U.S. territory, and you're getting finances from America, regardless if you say it's your money or not, it's still a U.S. dollar. You are now funding and stabilizing another economy, and that is something that I have a problem with.
So,
A lot of people say, well, I moved to this country because I can't afford to live in the United States. Well, I understand that.
Well, how about this? Now let me ask my second question. What about the ones that have moved here illegally or illegally, for those of you that want to be politically correct, illegally, and send all their money back home? What about that? They make money here, but send it all back home.
I've done some research in regards to with the illegals and the money and stuff like that. And I will say that there's a large portion of illegal immigrants that do pay into this tax system that don't even get a return back. So, but to answer your question, if you can sit back and legitimately prove that a person is sending money back and they are illegal, there's one of two things that I suggest. Tax them even higher, or do research in regards to who they're actually sending this money to, because a large percent of them do send it back to families to help support families. There are a percentage of them that send money back for illegal activities and stuff like that. There's no denying that, right? There's no denying that. However, I do want to sit and point at the fact that even there's illegal immigrants in this country that do not come to this country to cause harm. They come to this country to honestly better themselves, better their families, and create an avenue for a better way of life for their family.
But you do realize the key word of that is illegal.
Correct.
Okay, so therefore,
the government works illegally. The government works illegally in certain aspects.
See, you're trying to flip what I said. No, we're not doing that today. What we're saying is I'm sticking with the word illegal. You're here illegally.
Okay.
Therefore, there's nothing legal about what you're doing.
Okay.
So therefore, what should be the repercussions?
So there's nothing legal in regards to immigrants that's paying into the tax system?
If you're here illegally, there's nothing legal about what you're doing. I say it again.
Okay, so the government making money off the taxes from illegal immigrants paying into the tax system,
I guess I'm not speaking
is illegally.
I guess
it's illegal, right? That's illegal.
I'm not.
I'm just clarifying that point. You said whatever they did is illegal, right?
Cutting me off, and I think I'm very simple in what I just said.
Okay.
If you're here illegally, that right there, no matter what happens after that, it's what.
So the government making
just
money
answer the question.
So, and I'm going back to what I'm saying. Yeah,
you're not answering the question.
So if
it's
you're
a
here,
yes or no.
So if you're here, based off what you're saying, you're telling me.
Never mind.
If you're here
once again,
illegally,
I can't get an answer.
Whatever you do here is illegal. Based off what you're telling me, I'm clarifying. Based off what
there's nothing to clarify. I've said it 3 different times.
Okay, so that point right there, I'm going to extend it. If the government is accepting,
answer a question,
and I'm accepting that caveat, and I'm extending that.
There's no caveat. I asked you to answer the question.
So if a person is here illegally, whatever they do, whatever money they make is illegal. That's what you're saying. I will concede that, Pat, and go to the point that even the illegals that's paying into the tax system, you're saying that the government is accepting that tax money illegally because it was earned illegally from an illegal immigrant.
I don't know why you're so wired and loud, But
because I'm just trying to make it make sense because
it all makes sense about it.
It goes.
It's nothing. It's really a simple question. I ask you one question: if you are here illegally, everything after that is what?
Okay, so if I was to concede that point, if I'm going to I can't answer that question because if I was to concede your point, that means that 35% of the money that goes into this country from hardworking illegals is illegal money that we're benefiting off as Americans. I can't accept that fact. I'm sorry, I can't.
Well, can you accept the fact that the government allows drugs to come here and benefit off that?
That isn't true.
Oh no, but answer you so you can answer that. But you can't answer the fact that if you're here illegally, what happens after that?
I don't see nothing wrong with that. If you're paying into the fucking system and you're not a criminal, I don't see anything wrong with that.
You're a criminal if you're illegally. God damn.
Then okay, I'm gonna ask this question then. If we go to that point, I saw a video of a 13-year-old girl. And this was a white girl that even just to put this out there, right? A white girl, 13 years old, asked her father, said, well, if all the ICE deportations isn't about race, how come they haven't deported the white immigrants?
Well, they have.
The white illegal immigrants.
Well, they have. That the thing is, the media wants you to think they haven't. Ask around the people that are actually in the neighborhood. They will tell you, oh, yeah, so-and-so from Poland just got deported the other day. So-and-so from this place got deported. But the whole highlight is the brown community.
And that's the problem. That's the problem because they want to make it seem like the brown and black community is the problem.
Or the only ones
in this country. That's the problem. That's what I have a problem with. You see what I'm saying, right? So that's why I said, okay, even based off what you said, if you're here illegally, whatever you do from here on out is a crime. Okay, let's concede that fact. But there's other races that this country is benefiting off of because of their illegal status. Cheap labor and everything in regards. Plus, they're paying taxes into the system. Now, is there a percentage of individuals that come to this country and they create harm and cause crime and do this? Yes, that's a proven fact. Even within our own country, we got domestic terrorism that goes on.
That's one thing I've said time and time again. But the number one thing I've always said is, if you're illegal, I'm sorry, that's not my word.
Okay.
Illegal, that's my word. If you're here illegally,
okay,
you already Trump breaking the law.
Okay.
So you got to throw that word in there.
Shut up. Shut up. Shut up.
I should make you take a shot for that. But if you're here illegally, no matter what you do after that is illegal. It doesn't matter. You can't sit there and say, well, I don't break the law. Wrong. You broke the law coming here in the first fucking place.
Okay, so let's stay on that point then. Let's stay on that point. Again, going back to what I was saying as far as the money that the government actually gets off of that. Do you think that is fair and that is right?
Okay. I guess
it's still illegal though, right?
I guess have to restate myself.
Okay.
Everything after you being here illegally is illegal.
So the government accepting that money is
illegal as well.
Okay.
I
can agree with you.
No, wait. I'm not done. Just like having filibusters should be illegal as well.
Nope.
Because guess what? What is the filibuster doing?
Stalling. I see your point, and I'm on the fence with that. I've always been because I understand the necessity to having a filibuster.
A necessary?
I can see it. I can see it, but I can also see your point too, as far as the modern day being used as a stall tactic than what it was really meant for.
There you go.
I will give you credit on that.
Now, here's the thing: what there needs to be is revisions, provisions, divisions already happening. Divisions already happening. But revisions. I'm going to use that one. Revisions, and provisions. That's what we need. How do we get that? We need new blood. But the new blood we need are the people.
That part. And that's why that goes into the government shutdown. Another unpopular opinion. I'm in favor of the shutdown. I am.
Actually, no. I'm going to say this. If it's a shutdown, they shouldn't be paid, nor anybody else.
Correct.
That's what you're going to do.
I do agree with you on that. But as far as the principle of the shutdown, I'm in agreement with it because you guys can protest all y'all want. Y'all could no kings this, y'all could do that. At the end of the day, when you all are protesting, it's not really doing anything nowadays, right? But the government being shut down, okay, yeah, it's really impacting the people. But again, going to your point, it should be impacting the political people in the federal government. And now they're passing bills to make sure that essential workers and the military is paid and everything else like that.
That shouldn't have to happen.
Yeah, that shouldn't happen.
If anything, when a shutdown happened, the only people that should not get paid
It's
are the ones.
politicians.
Bingo.
Period.
It's a government shutdown, so
Yeah,
we're gonna.
period.
Social Security not getting paid. People that work at
No, I
government
got a letter.
parks-
Social Security recipients are still.
Government parks shouldn't be paid. No. Government parks should be paid. Security should get paid. The military should be paid. The people shouldn't be paid, or the politicians, because you ain't doing nothing but going on vacation.
That part. Right before you go on vacation for the year. You know what I mean?
Well, and what's funny, if you ever realize the shutdowns happen when?
Right before the end of the year.
Right before Thanksgiving.
Correct.
Or after Thanksgiving, just before Christmas.
It's after the fiscal year. That's what happens. They got to pass this new budget. No, but I'm in favor of the shutdown. And a couple of the reasons why I'm in favor of the shutdown does have to do with something with things that's going on with the budget bill that's in hand right now. But majority of the reasons why I say this, again, unpopular opinion, for decades, hell, for generations, people's been talking about the government needs an overhaul, it needs to reset and this, that, and everything else. Well, what's the best way to do it than have them self-implode themselves? Yes, unfortunately, us as Americans, as the private citizens of this corporation, do we take the hit and do we suffer for it? Absolutely. But I always believe that you got to go through the storm before you get to the light. It's going to get worse before it gets better. Hell, to fix a problem, prime example, I had to redo my shower about a month ago. And in order for me to redo my shower, they had to gut it. Meaning that they had to take the current shower, demolish that, take them out piece by piece, gut everything down to the studs. Oh, and we got comments that came in. Unfortunately, we had a little bit of delay, so I'm gonna get back to these comments. People visiting from another country pay into our country by paying sales tax, and we pay into other countries by paying sales tax. How are we paying payroll taxes without legal documents? There's always a way around that.
Here's the thing. That's why you see so many companies shutting down, small companies or companies. Actually, I'm going to use one that everybody knows in Phoenix, the Libertos. What happened? They shut down a whole bunch of them, didn't they? And then all of a sudden we started, a couple months later, they started opening back up again because they realized, oh, crap, they're gonna get us.
And going into regards to the government shutdown and with the spending bill, specifically talking about illegal immigrants getting health care. All right, let's just be clear. As far as emergency services in this country, and we could thank Ronald Reagan for this, anybody that's in this country that goes into an emergency room has to get health care. Period. They got to be treated. However, they're billed and everything else like that, that's something different. Now, what happens, anybody that goes into the emergency room, if they don't have insurance,
they get a better deal. I'm sorry, go ahead.
They end up having to fill out an emergency Medicaid form that gets processed. 9 times out of 10, they get that person gets a bill. Why? Because you have to put a Social Security number on there. If you don't have a valid Social Security number or a TIN number, the government's not going to pay for that, state or federal. But as far as that emergency service treatment, yeah, they'll get treated.
Who was it here in Arizona years ago when Sheriff Joe was here and he kept saying was it Mike Tyson? They kept saying he had it out for him because he would never use his name when he got put in the emergency room.
Yeah.
And then Sheriff Joe, he said Sheriff Joe had it out for him.
Yep.
But you weren't giving your actual name, Mr. Michael Tyson. You were giving somebody else's name every time you went in there, and they kept going to the same hospital like they didn't know who you were. And what's funny, the hospital was stupid as hell for taking the information. I can get it. It's Iron Mike. You don't want to have them problems. But come on, man. Come on. Let's. But if y'all didn't hear me chime in, I said, yeah, if you don't have insurance, you go to the hospital room, you're going to get better deals than somebody that does have insurance. It's actually, put it this way, just look for yourself. I'm not doing your homework. Do it yourself. Go online and look it up. There are people that do not have insurance that get better deals than us that have insurance. And I'm talking either state, federal, or private. They get a better deal. You know why? Because they just want to get something.
And here's the thing out of this.
Oh, and guess what? They never put the wrong service codes in there either. I'm gonna stop. I'm saying too much. I'm saying.
And going back to the spending bill of why I'm kind of very in agreement with the shutdown right now is pertaining to us Americans in general when it comes to the new medical health care bill that's included with that shit. The shit is crap. The shit is, and I started actually doing my research in regards to 3 factors: my wife, myself, and my grandfather, right? All 3 of our premiums next year is going up, right? My grandfather, he's on Social Security. He's supposed to be getting a COLA raise, but the COLA raise doesn't even constitute the increase in the Medicare premium that he's going to be paying. Oh, not to mention co-pays are doubling. He's going from $10 to $20 for a specialist, right? My wife is going from damn near $40 to $60. Let's not for a specialist, yes. Let's not even talk about prescription drugs. Increase all around the board. So no, I'm not in agreement with that spending bill because of the aspect you want to talk about we don't have the money. And I'm not even talking about Trump. I'm talking about the Congress and the administration. We don't have the money for this. We don't have the money for that. But we sending out billions of dollars. We just sent, $20 billion to Argentina. In the middle of a shutdown. In the middle of a shutdown. So part of the reason why we're shut down is because we can't agree on the spending budget of money that we don't have. But we're going to send $20 billion to Argentina.
You know what I say to that?
Keep the goddamn government shut down, man.
You want to talk about that $20 billion? Well, let's go back a few years. How much money did we give Ukraine over and over and over?
The government wasn't shut down.
I know it wasn't shut down, but they kept approving.
Correct.
The money to send to Ukraine.
But the government wasn't shut down, and the federal employees in the military was getting paid.
Right.
But there's Americans that's not getting their EBTs next month.
Well,
come on, man.
Here's the thing. A lot of the Americans that are not getting their EBTs, and you know what I'm about to say, should have been getting money on their DBTs because they got off their ASS to WORK.
That doesn't apply to individuals like my mother-in-law.
Now, I will say this. I didn't mention them for a reason because I'm talking about a certain demographic that floods the market. I know that because I know some people personally that flood the market.
Here's the thing: as us as Americans,
I'm
we
not
find
talking
loopholes
about
and we exploit. Period. Whether you're a private citizen, a politician, whatever. If there's a loophole in the system, if there's a cog in the system, that's the American way of life. Manipulate and exploit the fuck out of it until you can't no more.
And therein lies the problem. Y'all want reparations, but some of y'all are getting your reparations with your EBT cards every month.
And that's the part of the reason why I tell a lot of people keep the government out of your business, man. Like I'm not in favor of no government, but I'm not in favor of full government.
Actually, I'm not in favor of government. I'm in favor of regulation.
Regulation. Okay, I like that better.
Yeah, I'm in favor of regulation.
I like that better. I'm
because
in favor
you can
of
regulate better.
Yeah.
then
I'm not in favor of government being in your house, letting you know what you can and can do, how you can do it, what you got to pay for it, this, that. Like, I'm tired of this. No. And then the thing about it, especially within our community, I'm not going to say our community, I'm going to say the inner city, the urban community. And the urban community consists of so many goddamn different demographics. Now it's not even funny. But when it comes down to
inner city anymore because they didn't bump them out to the
exactly. Well, and that's the thing.
So,
when it comes down to the urban community, we have gotten
lackadaisical, lazy.
I don't want to use the word lazy. I'm just going to get to the point.
You don't want to use it. I'll use it.
I'm going to get to the point where we got to the point of acceptance, to where we accepted the aspect that we're going to allow the government into our house, i.e. Section 8, i.e. HUD. Granted, those programs are needed, right?
For some.
Those programs are needed. But when you let the government in on those programs, they dictate who's in your house. They dictate, okay, you get a certain amount for basic foods, food stamps, and this, that, and the third. You are allowing the government into your home, and they are controlling your narrative of what you can and cannot do. Why? Because they're controlling how much they're going to give you, right? Like, outside of them paying for your basic necessities, do you have money to go out and party every week?
Apparently they do. Apparently they do. I don't know how. The correct answer should be no. But the actual answer is they do somehow. They're out in the club more than us that work. Us that legitimately have a reason for disability or whatever it may be. They're sitting there, they're throwing parties every week.
Because they got 8 kids, and every week there's a birthday.
They got 8 kids plus whoever else, and then whatever else.
Child support and everything.
They selling food. Shut up. All right, I'm gonna say it. They're selling the food stamp. You're in the grocery line. Y'all both walk in your car. You're driving a Ford. They've got the latest Escalade, the 2026, because they just came out. Damn. You're driving a 2017 Ford Explorer.
Like that white girl that was on Facebook Live talking about I need to sell my new BMW or they gonna cut my food stamps. Bitch, how could you afford a new BMW
if you want food stamps?
And Section 8. You got a Section 8 house. Like, and that's the other thing about it. All these foreclosures, vacancies, and everything, there is no fucking point of the homelessness rate that we have in this country.
Yeah, it is because people are just fucking lazy.
Some legitimately can't afford home.
Oh no. Some just don't want a house. They don't want the problem with it.
That's true. But no, I'm just saying that there's some like legitimate families that I see that had a rough period, right? But financially couldn't bounce back from that. We all go through rough periods. We all do, right? But those individuals was not able to bounce back. And the regulations
won't let them.
Of the banking system
won't let them.
And it's fucked up.
Won't let them.
And it's fucked up.
It's like when I look at it like when I'm back to the regular banking system. What always
regulate the health system and the banking system.
Well, the thing is with the banking system in particular. So you allow someone to get, I'm going to just roughly throw a $200,000 loan. They only make $45,000 a year. How legitimate do you think they're going to be able to pay the loan, pay utilities, and get groceries,
plus the interest rate,
pay a car insurance, pay home insurance, pay
property taxes.
Thank you, property tax. I couldn't remember the other thing I was trying to get out. Along with the mortgage, and then if there is an HOA, they got to pay. Come on, man. You, the bank, have that responsibility. And then if they can't, I'm taking everything you got.
But again, going back now, like another unpopular opinion, states need to step up more. Financially, the states need to step up more than the federal government does. You should not have to rely on the federal government to bail you out as a state. That being said, the federal government needs to do more in taking care of their vets. There are so many goddamn vacant homes, this, that, and everything else, but there's so much of a high population of homeless veterans that need health services, mental services, living services, and you won't lift a finger to do it.
But you always say, when it comes around that certain time of year, thank you for your service. If you really want to thank them, show them.
Give them a house.
Don't
give them the services that they need.
What's the word? Don't be verbal.
Be actionable. And when you see a legit family that is struggling, not by choice, but because they found on hard times and lost everything, with all these goddamn vacant properties that's out here,
that they ain't doing nothing for you. You going in debt with the banking property. So what difference does it make if you sit there? You know what?
Give them the house for 6 months, allow them enough 6 months to a year to allow themselves to bounce back.
Or better yet, say, hey, in 6 months, let's reevaluate the situation.
Exactly.
Oh, what can you afford? That's not what can you afford to pay, because they'll tell you I can only afford to pay $5. Can you afford to give us $100 for the next 8 months or 10 months or whatever? Sure. Okay, then evaluate again. Okay. Oh, you guys are looking good now. And then here's the thing. You just don't say that. You send a representative to them to show them that you actually fucking care.
That part.
Because what's problem right now, nobody cares. No matter where you look, nobody cares. The government doesn't care about you, doesn't care about me, doesn't care about him or anybody else. They care about themselves.
And we serve this country. My mom served this country. And they don't give a fuck.
They don't give a damn about me. They don't give a damn about you. You're just a number that they can make money off of.
So when you want to sit back and everybody wants to have an opinion about this, that, and the third, just realize the position in life that you are. My issue is not with you. My issue is with the ones that are in the position to do something and don't say or do anything.
So when you come out with these, with the No Kings protest, who the hell are you protesting? You should be protesting your goddamn Congress. That's who you need to go after. Everybody wants to. Yeah, Trump is sitting in the office, but the people that you need to go after are not him.
And
he's not a lawmaker.
And here's my other thing about it too. When it comes to this administration or this government right now, my biggest issue with the government, what I have is that you guys act like you guys are above the law and you don't answer to nobody and that we answer to you. No, you guys got that backwards, boo-boo. You work for us.
We put you there.
You answer
the people
to us.
The people.
So when we, the people, ask you to do something or to show us the reasons why it can't be done, you are obligated. You are ordered to do so.
And I don't care who's giving you what money, because what happens is that money dries up if you ain't in office.
You answer to us, the people.
Yeah, they may knock you down.
Us, the people.
They may knock you down from giving you $100,000 a month to $20,000 a month. Oh my God, I can't send my kid for that private.
I don't give a fuck.
Guess what?
Let them eat fucking
wait.
flakes.
20,000 is better than nothing. Unless my math is off, right?
On top of the salary he's already getting.
Yeah, but 20,000 is better than nothing, right? Because if you get voted out of office,
you still get a pension.
That 20,000 not coming anymore though. You still get that pension, but you don't get that 20,000. So I believe the 20,000 is better than not getting anything at all. And I'm just using it as a number. I could be, instead of 100 million, 2 million, or 10 million, 2 million. Regardless.
No,
we put you there. We can take you out.
You work for us. But here's the thing, you're talking about we can take you out. No, the American people is too stupid and too scared to do so.
Actually, you're right. They're too aligned on talking about if you voted for so-and-so, I know you're what is it? You voted
Politics has turned into a fucking propaganda and a popularity contest back in high school.
Politics has turned into sports.
Bro, I swear to God, it's like a homecoming vote when you vote for king and queen. Whoever's the most popular fucking wins.
And after that, oh, you voted for so-and-so?
Or you vote for student council president and vice president. Oh, it doesn't matter what the geek wants to do.
You're friends with him?
Yeah, fuck out of here, man. I'm tired of the political bullshit. I'm tired of it.
It's not political.
On both sides.
It's not political. It's a popularity thing. It's about, it's like I look over my timeline and I'm like, people say, oh, you know what? Well, I know if you voted for so-and-so, I can't be friends with you because that means I know your political thing.
That part. Right there.
But before you knew my political thing, We were cool. We had our differences, but we were cool. You understood. But now the fact that I voted for not the one that you voted for, which, by the way, in this election, what do we think the other side would have done with all this stuff? I'm just saying. Everybody's saying everybody voted for Trump. I can't mess with you. I can't fuck with you. But the whole thing is, well, if you voted for Kamala, how would that have worked out? She overextended her own budget.
I saw a video from a Latino person. I want to call him Mexican, but we're gonna be politically
Latinx, actually. That's what. Latinx.
But he broke it down, and it really made me start thinking. It was a 9-minute video, but I'm gonna sum it up. Basically, what he said, because the question was, how come 60% of the Latin vote voted for Trump? And he came down and said it's very simple. Self-oppression. A lot of people in the Mexican community go with racism, and a lot of the people in the Mexican and Latin community go against their own. Meaning, he was talking about, when the first assassination attempt on Trump, there was a lot of Latinos that was sympathizing for him and this, that, and everything else. But at the same time, when he was doing all these mass deportations, they was like, yeah, get them motherfuckers out. You know what I mean? So they're self-sabotaging themselves with self-racism. They hate themselves. They hate their own culture.
Here's the thing that I've said. And
I see that in the black community.
And again, I haven't seen comments to state this. I haven't gotten emails or inboxes to state this. When did this man become racist? When he switched from Democratic to Republican? Did that make him so? Apparently.
And the thing about it, and that's why I don't feed into that shit, because I remember specifically, I was young, but the shit came back around. 1991 on Arsenio Hall and on Oprah Winfrey. This man was a registered Democrat, and he verbally said if he was to run for a political office, he would run for Republican because they are too stupid to know what the fuck's going on in their own party. He said that.
Not only did he run, but he won.
Self-implode the government. The reality is, I look at Trump as doing exactly what I want him to do.
But again, it goes back to people
self-implode the fucking government. Let's rebuild the shit.
Come on, self-hate, and this is why they did this. Okay, but here's the thing: you're talking about they're racist against their own kind.
We're racist against our own kind too.
Well, I've seen it many times.
I've seen it too. When a black person starts a business, right? We don't support that business. You got homegirl that do hair, got a hair salon, nails, and everything like that, but you still go to Ling Ling to get your hair and go to Ling Ling to get your nails done.
And then when they get messed up, you get a green thumb or something like that. You always, it's not that big of a deal. I just let them replace it.
But let the sister do it. Oh, I went to this black. You want to bash the fuck out of them.
Or better yet, let them have one bad day. One bad day. Customer service. And they're done. Because nobody can have an off day if you're a minority. Actually, let me restate that. Because somebody's gonna chop me up or try to and get hurt, get their feelings hurt. That black woman now has to close her business because you gave one bad review, and then now nobody that's never been there has now tagged off your review and then shared it. And then somebody else that's never been there has gone now and added their 2 cents and 5 cents. See, that's why you can't deal with black people.
I'm tired of hearing that, but y'all get the white people a pass.
Not just white people.
I'm just throwing that out.
No. Be it as it may. Let it be anybody but another black person.
That part. Even the Mexicans.
They will give them a second and third time.
Yeah.
Let you get food poisoning at the Mexican restaurant. Oh, and then let it be, a small business.
Or even Chinese food restaurants. I've gotten sick at China. I wouldn't go back to that particular restaurant, but I'm not going to stop eating Chinese food.
All of a sudden, I'm not going back to that soul food place. my stomach was all messed
Well,
up.
I ain't gonna lie. There was one in Vegas that I ate at one time, and I got fried chicken, right? And the chicken wasn't cooked. Yeah, it was still bleeding. I never went back to that one, but I didn't stop going to soul food. But I never bashed that restaurant on
That's what I'm
you know what I mean? I never went on social media and bashed that restaurant though.
Now I will do this. This is something I've been particular about, especially when I go to small business.
Go to the source if you got a problem. Talk it with them.
Let them know, like, hey,
fix it.
This chicken was undercooked, by the way, if you want to let your cook know. And they will take that feedback and they will take it to heart. 9 times out of 10,
if they're having a good day.
Actually, the whole thing
if they're having a bad day, they're gonna cut you out. Like
either way, if they have a bad day or not, guess what? Even if it's a bad day, they're gonna listen to what you said. Yeah, mind you, they may cut you out, but they're gonna listen to what you said and go back to the cook. And in their so ghettoish ways, this bitch done said you ain't cooked the chicken all the way. You need to hurry up and fix that. I ain't dealing with this shit tonight. Am I right or wrong? Am I right or not?
Get your life.
You better fix that. I ain't dealing with this tonight. I ain't covering your behind.
But no, going back to what we was talking about as far as unpopular opinions to try to wrap everything up because our time is getting low here. But yeah, going back to what I said from beginning, if you renounce your citizenship in the United States,
we got to go back to that. We got way away from that. Get back to that.
If you do renounce your citizenship in the United States of America, I don't believe you should financially gain from that because that money that we're sending overseas and you're not stabilizing our economy, you're stabilizing somebody else's economy. We could use that here, i.e., higher benefit checks, better lowering the interest rates, lowering inflation. See, a lot of people don't understand that the reason why inflation is so high and the reason why there's tariffs enacted is because the American dollar is worthless. It doesn't hold any weight.
Well, I wouldn't say so. I'm going to correct you on that. It's not necessarily worthless, but what it could be in certain countries.
And that's what I'm saying. That's the reason why there's tariffs enacted. Because if we increase prices worldwide, right? Because we got to all remember 5 years ago, there was a world pandemic. And that world pandemic financially hurt the world.
And most countries have been able to recover, but
not America. But the only way that we can recover to stabilize our economy is by raising taxes everywhere else or raising prices. I'm sorry, not taxes. Well, taxes too. But I hate that aspect though. If we could raise prices around the world, our taxes would become lower. Our value of our dollar would become more stabilized.
Tariffs, quote unquote.
We'll do that. We'll do that.
Now, here's the thing. What people don't realize, we've been at tariff deficit for years.
We haven't had tariffs in 30 years. We haven't had a tariff.
So we've had flat. We've had flats.
We haven't had the tariff since the first Bush administration when he got reelected and said no new taxes. That was the end of tariffs.
And then people were like, "Hey, no new taxes." They didn't realize what that meant.
It was good for a while, though. All the way up to 2002. After the goddamn 9/11. After 9/11, all that shit was gone. Why? Because our surplus was gone.
Well, the whole thing is we've been in a deficit.
Our savings and surplus was done after that.
It goes back to the Iraqi war. After that, we just could not
bounce back.
Lack of a better term, we were shooting ourselves in the foot.
We were shooting blanks.
Like we're the last superpower, y'all. We really are.
I don't even consider us to be a superpower anymore.
Technically, looking at everybody else, yeah, we are.
Based by population.
Not even population, because if you look at it, we can still got one of the smallest superpower because we're smart in our investments, quote unquote.
Are we really?
Well,
and here's the thing about it. This administration wants
I forget.
to go.
You don't understand what I'm talking when I say investments. When I say certain things, I think people understand what I'm saying. Let me explain that. When I say investments, I'm talking about where are our military strengths.
Oh, got you.
So that's what I mean by that.
Okay. So even speaking on that, right? Look, this administration trying to go after money that countries owe us, right? But the same countries that they go after we owe them more than what they fucking owe us, supposedly.
All of a sudden.
Oh, you know what I mean? Why? What? Like, hold on. How are you going after?
We knocking the door.
China? How are you going after China talking about you owe us $10 billion, but we owe them 25? and that's documented. We know for a fact we owe them motherfuckers a lot of goddamn money.
But not only that, you got to understand the business aspect. They come back, well, you owe us 25, so you still owe us 10. In other words, you're not knocking it off the 25, so why should we say you don't owe us?
But we want to go after you for the
It makes give
me the $10 million so I can give it back to you as a payment.
You know what it is? What we're saying is, well, knock it off the deficit.
Yeah, knock it off the deficit, but that's not going to happen.
Exactly. So that's why we're going to be sitting there. Okay, so you don't want to do that? Well, guess what? Your tariffs have now gone from here to here.
And that's the whole point of the tariff war, folks. Go back to the Cold War and do your research. And look at what the Cold War did. This is a modern day Cold War tactic. We're in the modern day. Hey, it's a modern day Civil War, modern day Cold War. Well, I swear to God, it's like a Gulf War. It's
When you say Civil War, I look at it as,
well, not the traditional Civil War, but there's a war within the country that
the war within the country is. I'm not even saying.
Don't go there. Don't go there because with that's a whole nother hour.
No, wait. I got it 2 minutes. I got it 2 minutes.
But I'm
the war that's going on right now. Back in 1940s, you had 16-year-olds fighting with their balls.
Yeah, 62-year-olds fighting with their balls.
16-year-olds fighting with their balls.
It sounded like you said 62 though.
Nowadays, the 16-year-olds fighting because they're not sure if they want their balls. If you don't believe it, look at what it is. People are unsure of what and who they are. Why? Because we allowed them to get that way. We've become the Pillsbury Dough of the world. Like I always talk about, when everybody, you look around the world, they say, oh, they're laughing at us because we're always broadcast on the news because we're the last superpower. But let's look at London recently. Let's look at Europe recently, how they've had many more stabbings happen. So that means they're talking about, well, see, we've got gun control. But what about knife control? Because people are getting stabbed left and right.
Because they got their balls.
Because the ball is dropped. They don't wait till New Year's.
And the thing about it, let's think about it. London got more stabbings than the United States, but the United States got more shootings than London did. So that means a London killer is more diabolical than an American killer because they got to get up close and personal.
But here's the thing. They need to have more knife control.
And on that note, folks, no, what did they do? Because if they have more knife control, then they won't cut off their balls. I get it. I understand that.
And they won't be stabbing each other.
And on that note, folks, please tune in each and every Wednesday. You know the time. You know the place. We will get with you. The weather's cooling down. We had a nice little off and on rainy day. Now it's humid as shit. I got to get back home. Until next week, folks, we love you. Peace. Man, you always got to talk that shit, man. What's an unpopular opinion? Come on, man. The balls.
Hey, you know what? It's true, though.
How? No, well, no, not how. I don't want to know. Oh, my God.
Are you a business owner or someone looking for more ways and avenues to advertise and promote? Look no further. Contact us today for an advertisement. Email PD&J Media Productions LLC at gmail.com for more info. Promotions are everything. What are you waiting for?